Have you ever spent a lot of time making an article of clothing only to be kind of underwhelmed by the result? Well, I am here to share with you 5 tips for making your me-made garments more stylish. Hi, my name is Sarah and my channel is knottygnome Crafts. Welcome! My channel is all about sewing and styling a handmade wardrobe. In this video, I have a sponsored product to share with you from Vivaya, and I also have a 15% off discount code, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Now let's just get straight into the tips. Tip number 1 is the simplest, but I honestly think it is the most important, and that is to make clothes that fit. Now, not to brag or anything, but a lot of people in my life, coworkers, friends, family, they often tell me that I always look so put together and that my clothing looks really nice, and I truly believe that 90% of that is because my clothes fit. And the reason that I think that is because earlier in my life, when I was buying ready-to-wear, or even when I was sewing my own clothes but I didn't really know how to fit things properly, people didn't say those things about me. And my style has evolved over time, but it hasn't changed that much. Having clothing that actually fits you makes a huge difference in your style. So as an example, I have 2 jean jackets. One is a ready-to-wear that I bought a couple of years ago, and then the second is my Hampton jean jacket that I made last year. As you can see in the clip, the ready-to-wear jacket is meant to be oversized, but the sleeves are way too long for me. To the point where it's almost comical looking. It sort of looks like I'm wearing my dad's jacket. And although I am able to push up the sleeves and make it look a little bit better, I think that you can see that the proportions are just not quite right for me. Whereas when I wear the same outfit but with my Hampton jean jacket, the sleeves fit me properly, and even when I unroll them, they don't look out of proportion. It's just a much better look for my body. Now, we're not quite comparing apples to apples here. The first jean jacket is meant to be oversized while the Hampton has more of a classic fit. But either way, I think you can see that the proportions on the second one are so much better for me, and it makes it look more stylish than the first version. Now, I'm just like all of you. I don't always want to put in the time to fit my garments properly. It does take extra effort, but I can guarantee you that that effort is worth it, because when your clothes fit your body the way that they're supposed to, you automatically look more stylish, even if you don't do anything else. Tip number 2 is to wear your garments in ways that suit your personal style. Sometimes when we make a new item of clothing, and maybe it's not something that you're used to wearing, you put it on in the way that you think that it should look, and maybe it looks a little bit frumpy or it just doesn't quite suit you, but there are little tricks that you can use to make them suit your own style better. For example, I really like to wear button-up shirts, and I know that it's really popular these days for people to wear their shirts buttoned all the way up to the collar and then also have your sleeve cuffs buttoned. I have a clip of me wearing a shirt this way, and I just do not like that look on me. I feel like it's way too formal, it's way too stiff. I feel like an 1800s school marm when I wear my shirts like that. And so my personal preference, because my style is much more relaxed, is to always unbutton a few of the buttons on the collar, to roll up the sleeves, to do a little half tuck, make it look a little bit messier. That is just the way that I like to wear my clothes, and I feel like it suits me so much better than the first version. Now, this is obviously personal preference. Maybe you're the opposite to me and you like to wear things buttoned up. And so by all means, you should definitely do that. Find ways to wear the clothes that you make that really speak to you. Stick to your own instincts. When you try on a garment and maybe you try different things like pushing up the sleeves or tucking in or untucking or unbuttoning or buttoning, whatever it is, trust your own instincts. You will know when you look in the mirror if yeah, this really works for me, or no, it really doesn't. That is definitely a path to look more stylish when something suits you in the way that you feel comfortable wearing your clothes. Tip number 3 is don't forget about accessories. Now, I have a very, very plain classic outfit to share with you. It is just a simple white t-shirt tucked into a black pair of jeans. And as you can see, without anything additional, it's pretty boring. It's just a t-shirt and jeans. But when you add those little details like jewelry, bags, hats, sunglasses, scarves, whatever it is that you like to use for accessories, you can really punch up the outfit and make it look more stylish. So in the clip, I've added quite a bit of jewelry, and I think that you can see that it definitely looks more stylish than it did previously just by adding those pieces. And as a sub tip to this one, I think it's very important to think about your shoe choice, because it can also make a huge difference in how your outfit looks. And now it's time to talk about Vivaya. They contacted me and asked if they could send me a pair of shoes for free in exchange for sharing them with you in this video. Vivaya is a company that focuses on creating shoes from out of recycled materials. I believe they use recycled plastic bottles. And all of their shoes are made of fabric. They have a lot of different styles. I think primarily they are known for their flats, but I chose to try out a pair of boots because we're approaching the fall and winter season, and boots is what I wear the majority of the time. Now, I'm happy that the company is focused on sustainability, but if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, that is not my number one priority. The most important things for me when I am thinking about purchasing a pair of shoes is number one, are the shoes comfortable? And number two, do they suit my personal style? And if one of those two things isn't fulfilled, I won't actually wear the shoes. And in the end, if I'm not wearing the shoes, that's not very sustainable. It's not just about how the shoes are produced, it's also what we do with them. And so I think that it is always important to do your own research if issues like environmental impact are really important to you. Now, the style that I chose to try out is the Louise pointed toe heeled boots in a size 6. My normal shoe size is a 5.5 wide, but this particular style did not come in wide lengths, so I opted to size up to the 6. I'm actually really glad that I did this because I am able to insert a thin insole into the shoe in order to give myself some more arch support. Now the shoes themselves, they're lightly padded, they're not bad or anything, they're certainly not any different from most shoes that you would buy. I just have to insert insoles because I have flat feet, and so my doctor encouraged me to do that whenever possible. So I'm always happy when a shoe can accommodate an insole because it's just something that I need personally. These boots are a sock booty type of style. They fit nice and snug to the ankle, and they have a low kitten heel, so they're pretty easy to walk in, but they look very stylish. Now, I wore these to work the other day for a full day, and I was really surprised at how comfortable they were. So the fabric upper is really quite flexible, and I have a lot of problems sometimes with pointed toe shoes because my feet are wide. Sometimes the pointiness can squeeze my toes, but these shoes do not. I think because the fabric is flexible, so it kind of stretches with you and it doesn't pinch my feet at all. Additionally, I have not ever been able to find a pair of sock booties that fit me because I have rather large calves and the sock booty shaft is often a little bit taller. So most of the time when I try to purchase a pair of sock booties, I either was not able to zip them up all the way, or if I could get them on, they would end up cutting the circulation off my legs, which is obviously a very bad thing. So I returned all of them and I just thought I was not able to wear a sock booty style. But because this is a fabric upper and it's very stretchy and flexible, the entrance to the shoe has a ribbed cuff. It's actually really easy to get on and off, and it's very comfortable. It stretches with you, it doesn't dig into my ankles, and I do find them very comfortable to wear. I was a little bit skeptical about the fabric at first because normally my shoes are either leather or suede, but I did find that the textured nature of the fabric looks really chic and sophisticated. And from a distance, you can't even tell that they are fabric. So I just really like the way that these look. They're very comfortable. They do match my personal style. And I would actually consider buying more of these shoes in the future because they have some really cute flats and loafers. And a lot of their styles are actually machine washable, although this particular style that I chose is not. Now, the price point of their shoes is what I would classify as moderately high. They're not inexpensive shoes. I buy a lot of shoes. I've spent more than this on shoes. And I think that for the quality that you get, it's a fair price point. I certainly wouldn't hesitate to pay that much for shoes if I thought I was getting something that was going to last. And I do think that these are worth it. So thank you so much to Vivaya for sending me these shoes for free. I actually truly love them, and I think that I'm going to get a lot of wear out of them in this fall and winter. If you are interested in trying out a pair of Vivaya shoes for yourself, I have a discount code that I'm going to be putting on the screen where you can get 15% off. And I will also put that code down in the description box along with a link to the company. Now let's get back to the styling tips. So as I was saying, your shoe choice makes a huge difference in the way that your outfit looks. Going back to our outfit with the t-shirt and jeans, I've added the jewelry and now it's time to try out the shoes. So I put on the Vivaya boots, and I think that with this sock booty style, it looks very sophisticated, very chic, and it's just a simple t-shirt and jeans. The shoes make a huge difference. If we contrast that exact same outfit with the same other accessories and everything and put on a pair of Converse sneakers, it is much more casual and relaxed, and it still looks really stylish. You could go out to run errands in this, or you could go out to lunch with friends, and you look very laid back and effortless, but it still looks nicer than it would have if you had not chosen to add accessories to the look. So if you're trying to style your me-maids and they're just feeling a little bit blah, try out a different pair of shoes because it can really change up the overall look. Tip number 4 is when you finish a new make, try it on with at least 5 other pieces in your closet. Now I know that sometimes we make something to go with something else specifically, like you make a top and you think in your head, I'm gonna wear it with this skirt. But I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but it's definitely happened to me. Sometimes I'll finish that top and I'll put it on with a skirt that I was thinking I was gonna wear it with in my head, and it just doesn't look that great. Like something's a little bit off about the proportion or the pattern or the colors, or something is just a little bit off and it doesn't quite look right together. And then you think to yourself, well, now what am I gonna wear with this top? So that is where it's very helpful to go ahead and try it on with lots of different things in your closet, because sometimes you can come up with unexpected combinations. I have done a few videos in the past where I've taken one garment that I've made and I create a variety of outfits. It's been a little while since I've done that, but I will link the most recent one up in the cards for you. And I really encourage you to experiment and actually do this, because you can find things you never would have thought would go with each other, but they make a really cute outfit. Now, obviously, this may not apply if you've made a dress or a jumpsuit and that's the whole outfit in and of itself, but I think you get the idea. For separates or for outer layering pieces, you can definitely try this trick and come up with different ways to wear your clothing. Now, of course, I have an example for you. So I made this flowy blouse with lantern sleeves last year. It has a tie neck, it's very feminine. I really like this blouse. And the first way that I've styled it is kind of a conventional way, what you would expect. I tucked it into my black jeans and wore it with the Vivaya boots. It just looks like a really nice, classic, work-appropriate outfit. But I didn't stop there, because if I always wore the blouse in this way, it might get a little bit stale, I might get a bit bored. So I went ahead and tried on the blouse under my ready-to-wear overalls that I'm actually wearing today. And I was really surprised by how much I liked that combination. I just feel like the very feminine, romantic sort of blouse with the floral print really contrasted nicely with this more workwear style overall. And I just really love the outfit. It's just something that you wouldn't expect, but I think that it looks really nice together. So definitely try out your garments with other things in your closet, because you never know where you're gonna hit on that outfit combination that just works. And it's always great when you can find versatility in your wardrobe so that you can wear the same piece of garment in several different ways and have lots of different looks. Tip number 5 is don't be afraid to alter your clothing. This is why we sew, right? Sometimes you've tried all of the other tips. You've styled it in different ways, you've worn it with different things, and you just still don't feel right about a garment. There's just something about it that doesn't make you feel stylish. This is where altering can come in. Maybe the sleeve isn't the right length for you, or maybe the body length is wrong. Maybe it needs to be taken in a little bit. Or maybe you just don't like the garment the way that it is, and you can chop it in half and make something else. I had made the Fiber Mood Julia dress out of a beautiful fabric that I loved so much, but I just didn't like the dress, and I could never quite put my finger on what it was that I didn't like about it, but every time that I wore it, I just felt a little bit frumpy, and I didn't feel like it suited me. So eventually, I decided that I did not want to waste that beautiful fabric, so I ended up separating the dress into a top and a skirt, and I love it so much better now, and it feels like it suits my personal style much better, and I get way more wear out of it as separates than I ever would have as the dress. So if you are ever feeling kind of at the end of your rope on your me-made, it's just not working for you, but you still want to keep it, you don't want to get rid of it entirely, you don't want to pass it on to someone else, try to think of ways that you can alter it to suit you better, whether that's through fit or through style. Usually there's something that you can do to make it work for you and suit your own personal style. If you enjoyed this video and feel like it brought you some value, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up, because it helps more people find my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget about the 15% off discount code. It's down in the description box. I appreciate so much that you take time out of your day to watch my videos, and I will see you again next time.